Good morning and happy Saturday. Sometimes these days start the same way they always have: breakfast, dishes, laundry. But the truth is, it's not just chores. It's caring for a home, creating comfort, and finding the little bits of peace in the middle of the busy. If you've ever felt like your work goes unseen, I want you to know that you're not alone here. Let's spend this morning together, making our homes a little lighter and our hearts just a little bit calmer. Alright, I'm starting the morning off with some French toast, sausage, and some orange juice. Nothing fancy, just a cozy breakfast to get the day going. The house always feels a little bit happier when it starts the day with a good meal, doesn't it? I'm going to make the sausage in my air fryer because that way I don't even have to think about it. I just set it and forget it. I know everybody tends to do things like French toast in their own way, in their own style. How do you make French toast? While things are cooking, I'm just going to do up these couple dishes that I have sitting here so that things stay ahead and that by the time breakfast is over, all I'm going to have to wash is a few plates. I've been keeping a towel behind the faucet of my sink because I noticed that when you reach back here and you're washing dishes and your hands are wet, that a lot of water accumulates back there, and the towel is the easiest way to just keep everything dry. I wish you all could smell through your screen. It smells so heavenly in here. Lucky and Lulu are right at my ankles, just hoping and praying that I drop a few crumbs for them. Breakfast is over and it's time to wash these dishes. I'm not going to let them sit because if they sit, they're going to accumulate and then I'm going to be behind. And I don't want to be behind. Let's just give the counter a quick wipe down and we are done. Gotta keep the laundry flowing. Let's pull it out so I can get it folded. I'd say I was going to clean out my pantry, but the truth is I don't have a pantry. I have a food cabinet, and it is a mess. I want to go shopping, so I'm going to get this cleaned out so that when I buy the new, all the new can go in, and I'm not shoving it in there with the old. I've been putting this off for so long, and I will tell you at the end, it feels so good to have it organized again. And clean. The supervisor is hard at work checking out what needs to be done, and his assistant is right there with him to help. I was going to line all the shelves with paper towel, but sort of changed my mind midway through. I did leave this here, but I think what I'm going to do is see what I have left for contact paper. I may have some pink left or the black that I did the counters with, and may just stick it in here to make it look a little better. And to stop anything from getting wet and bubbling the surface up. I recently did some more shopping, but it was mostly freezer foods, meats, vegetables, potatoes, stuff like that. I didn't really buy any staple foods that go in the pantry because I knew it needed to be cleaned out, though I did buy a bunch of macaroni and cheese just to have it on hand as extra. So now that the pantry's finally cleaned out, I can work on stocking it and getting it full like it should be. I did discover, though, when cleaning the pantry out, that we have a ton of instant oatmeal that needs to be used up. And you'll see later on in the video that I put it all together in a Ziploc bag. It actually filled 2-gallon-sized Ziploc bags. So guess what everybody's going to be having for breakfast for the next few weeks? I've tried the whole container thing in here, and where it's such a small space, it really doesn't help all that much. So what I'm going to try this time is really just putting things together in Ziploc bags and keeping them that way. That way they're easy to grab and find, but the space kind of can move and flow instead of being solid. You're going to see me throwing some stuff away. Some of the stuff that was in here was fairly old or 99% empty. So you'll see that some of the stuff I'm putting in Ziploc bags and some other things I'm sealing up. And the things that are old or just there's not enough there to even use, they're going in the trash. There were also cans of dog food that Greg had bought on clearance, and I noticed that the dates were expired. And the last time I fed any amount of it to the dogs, it did not settle well with them, so that's also going in the trash, just in case there's something wrong with it. For those of you who are new here, this is my Nesco sealer, and I use it a lot to seal things that are not their particular brand of bags. We like to use it to seal potato chips back up, bags of sugar, things like that, though I haven't had it out in quite some time, as you could tell by all the spills in my cabinet. See, I told you I bought a lot of macaroni and cheese. Kids like it for lunch, so do Greg and I. Probably not the healthiest choice, but with food being expensive the way it is right now, you do what you can. This cabinet definitely needed to be wiped down. There was stuff all over it. Maybe not something you could see on the camera, but it was definitely time for a wipe down. I honestly wish that I had bought this cabinet in white, and I'm honestly playing with the idea of taking my cabinet paint and just painting it. Now just to wash this handful of dishes that I made while cleaning the pantry out, and because Greg had a cup of coffee or juice, whatever he had, and making sure that it all gets put away, cleaned up before I go to bed. I'm not sure what I'm going to use this big storage container for next, but I'm sure you're going to see it around somewhere. I'm working really hard to make new habits of when I use something to put it away. Maybe you can teach an old dog new tricks. And you know, if I'm cleaning the kitchen, I'm cleaning the coffee bar. The most important spot in the kitchen, the coffee bar, right? I'm filling up my sugar and I need to refill my flour, but I do have some flour that's been sitting in there for quite some time, and I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with that, whether it's sealed enough to trust it or if maybe I should just let it go. And let me tell you, these pans on this cabinet have been driving me crazy. It's an open shelf. You can see that there's just so much stuff shifting around. I'm going to go through these pans. The ones that I use the least amount, I'm going to put underneath my oven, and then the others will get stacked up neatly. At least then it won't look like such a mess. While I'm at it, I'm going to neaten up the pots and pans as well because they are all sitting out of order. So I'm going to fix these and make them look just a little bit neater too. And at the end of a good kitchen cleaning, what's there left to do but to make everything smell fantastic? Thank you for spending this time with me today. I hope you leave here feeling a little lighter, a little more encouraged, and reminded that the work you do in your home truly does matter. You are loved, you are enough, and you make a difference every single day. I love you. You are perfect as you are. Happy cleaning, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.